If you struggle with pride, have struggled with pride, or know someone that struggles with pride, I encourage you to watch this video so we can see what God has to say about how to fight that. I was reading Luke 17 last night, and as I read verse 9 and 10, God spoke to me. He was like, you remember those times as a kid where your mom would say, hey, if you go to the dentist and act good, I'll get you a toy. And then develop the habit, and then one day I would act good in school, and I would come home and say, Mom, I acted good in school today, can I have a toy? And she would respond, I'm not giving you a toy for doing something you were supposed to do. That's exactly what Luke 17, 9 and 10 says. It says, he does not thank the slave because he did the things which were commanded, does he? So you too, when you do all the things which were commanded to you, say, we are unworthy slaves, we have done only that which we have ought to done. Right here, Jesus is saying there's no point for you to develop pride by doing the things that I've commanded you to do. If I'm your Lord and Savior, if I'm the Lord of your life, and you do as I command you to do, you are not doing anything beyond or anything impressive, you are just doing as I've told you to. Sometimes we develop this heart of pride that, oh, look what I've done. I've followed the Bible. I've done what Jesus said. When in reality, we have no pride in that because that's what we are commanded to do. Then also we develop pride in our gifts and the things that we can do. We like to reflect glory on ourselves for the talents that we have that we've been given by God. For James 1 tells us, James 1:17 says, every good and perfect gift has come from God. So we have no reason to develop pride in that either. And finally, in Galatians 2:20 it says, therefore I've been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives within me. See, if we've been crucified with Christ, if we have been saved, it is no longer about us. We've been crucified with Christ, and he lives through us. So everything that we do, every talent that we have, it is now subject to Christ and his will. So everything that we do, everything that we accomplish, all the talents that we have, they are no longer to glorify ourselves, but to glorify God. And when we develop that heart of pride, it destroys that. So I want you to meditate on this, pray against pride, that every talent we have is from God, and everything that we're doing, we have already been commanded to do, so we have no reason to be prideful in that anyway. God bless.